Ladies and gentlemen, once again it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring Big Mike, a.k.a. Big Motherfucking Mike.
Yeah.
As well as that dude called Jew, a.k.a. The Jew Unit. Me, I'm Mason, a.k.a. L. Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today? I know this fucker here.
I knew you would
I
want
thought
to.
it was Jurassic.
I knew you would want to try.
After the second piano key, I knew it wasn't. So the first one I said, oh, that sounds Jurassic. And then it wasn't no more. King Kong.
No. Not King Kong.
Some with a
Mike.
feather.
Come on, Mike.
There's a feather flying around.
This shit's killing me.
I'm going to make his head explode when I tell
Fuck,
him what it
man.
is.
This shit's fucking... I know I've seen this fucking shit.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Oh, my God.
You hear that?
Shawshank.
No.
No, this is at
Green
like
Mile.
the end of it. Give me a genre right now.
Oh, this Major Payne?
No,
No,
it's
it's not
not
Major
Major
Payne.
Pain.
This is like at the end of the movie.
That
This
joke go on the other day, man.
This
That's
is
just-
a biography story.
What the hell you gonna need a blind eye seeing dog for?
stupid ass. Hold on.
I got some
biography.
birds.
Bullshit.
Whose biography? I know this ain't no Malcolm X biography, right?
It ain't Malcolm X.
This ain't no Malcolm X.
No, the biography is not about a black man.
Christopher Columbus.
No.
God damn.
I appreciate you playing me like I'm doing Wheel of Fortune, because we was talking about Christopher Columbus earlier. I'm not sure. There's, I believe, a movie called 1492 that I could probably find the theme song to, but that is not this one. It is also not about a person who would be called white.
Last Samurai.
No. Even though Tom Cruise is in Last Samurai, and he is not white. Actually, I guess he is, but whatever. Come on, Mike. We've knocked out white and black. It's a biography. You got about 2.5 more minutes left in this.
A biography is not white or black.
It's so-and-so's story. The blah, blah, blah story. The that guy story.
See, you fuck, man. You're fucking with me now. God damn it. Oh, man. I don't know. You gotta give it to me now. I don't know. Fuck it.
Have you ever heard of a movie called Dragon?
Oh, you son of a bitch. You motherfucker. I know this bitch. God damn
I
it.
ain't seen Dragon.
He's talking about Bruce Lee, man.
Yeah.
I ain't seen much Bruce Lee shits.
I can see you ain't seen no Bruce Lee, but I know my motherfucking man Bruce Lee, man. I fucking just finished reading this book that his daughter wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Be Like Water, my friend. That's a good fucking book. I like that book right there. So if you get a chance, check it out. Be Like Water, my friend. God damn it, I knew this motherfucking shit.
I knew you knew it too. I was trying to
Son
help.
of a bitch.
I gave you a lot of clues. I couldn't tell you it was an
Fucking
Asian
hell.
person, but I gave as close as possible.
Yeah, you
He's
did.
Asian or Hispanic.
And I
Like,
was
it couldn't have been
man,
much else.
And we was like blank story. I was like, oh fuck, I know this. I know this
The
motherfucker.
blank story.
God damn it.
Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Yep.
Music composed and conducted by Randy Edelman.
Shout out and rest in peace, Bruce Lee. Man, so speaking of legends and shit right now, fucking Ric Flair, yo. They was talking about Ric Flair last week, and I had to see what they was talking, all the hoopla around Ric Flair was. Because they were talking about, he was doing an interview with somebody on their podcast, whatever, and they was like, they asked him about his body count, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen this.
And they were like,
He's talking
he
like
said-
13, 14,000 women.
He's like 10,000 women.
No. They said, we heard 10,000, and he
Yeah.
said you need to do 365 times 20 years, and then 300 times 20 years.
Yeah.
And if you do that, it's like 13, 14,000.
Because one of them's like 7,200, and then you add the other fat number in there.
Right. You're looking at about 13K.
So I was just reading an article on him right now. He said he's regretting that he said that because he has grandkids. Here's another thing.
How many more grandkids you got there, Rick?
Here's another thing that's coming out to light to where it's like, okay, your granddad been fucking a lot of women, so there was a lot, he has a large body count. Now you regret saying that, but you got to explain this now because you put it out there. These are things you got to think about. Even if you wouldn't have put it out there, somebody else would have put this out there. It's like the sex tapes. So Ric Flair, if you had a sex tape and it comes out, your grandkids are gonna see this shit. Like, that's another thing Kim got to worry about. Her grandbaby's gonna see her getting fucked sometime in the future. This is all things you gotta put your mind here. When you make these sex tapes and shit, ladies and gentlemen, and you do fucking crazy ass shit, and you say stupid ass shit out your mouth, it's gonna come back around at some time in your future, in some kind of way.
That's right. If you
So
make,
just be mindful
you
of
gonna
shit.
make porno tapes, teenagers are gonna be skeeting to that shit. And if you have a
Exactly.
kid, your teenager may very well come across your porno
He
tape.
may
At
come
some
across.
point, like, oh my God, this is my mama. Fuck. I just wanted to beat off, and then you fucking come across it as your mama right there.
Right.
Like, that's gonna stop you from beating off.
At least for the moment.
Yeah, so wait. You don't think it's gonna stop you from beating off? If you was on
I'm saying,
fucking Pornhub,
you're looking around on Pornhub, you see your mom, you're gonna be like, all right, I'm done. I'm not beating off right now. I'm getting off of Pornhub. But you gonna come back. It might not be that day.
You
but
gonna
you
type in a different category.
You gonna be back.
You put it in a different category.
Right.
You ain't gonna type in the category
You
that
gonna
you
X
put in.
that category out.
Like, are you gonna be sitting in the corner like that? 'Cause we can move your mic so it like works better.
It don't work right now.
It don't work great.
You gotta talk into it a little bit.
You know how you sit there like this and say, well, I can hear myself. Does this sound better to you or worse than this? Look at you. You can move the mic your damn self.
He's got his good ear. We know his good ear.
that
So
better?
That is
there
better.
You go.
Thank you.
If you turn up the volume in his left ear,
You know, it's funny. I got multiple pieces of equipment so that we can hear him, and he still can't get on mic.
But yeah, so Ric Flair is regretting telling the world his body count.
Well, that's really fucking stupid, Rick.
But here's my thing: all the cocaine and fucking liquor you done said you done out there and to put out there, you worried about your body count? Your grandkids worrying about your body count, not the cocaine that you been sniffing?
Nah, they ain't worried about that.
You know what
It's
I'm saying?
it's about the bad influence that he feels that he could have on his Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, if you have a child and that child's really fucking annoying, like, are you gonna feel bad about it? Like, did I do this? Like, is this my fault?
Carry your ass, dude. God damn. Well, Ric Flair said he don't spend more money, wasting more money on spilt liquor.
Yeah,
Or
he spent more spilt liquor
spent
last
more-
year than
yeah.
so and so made
Yeah.
that year.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, everyone has sex, so like, you can't be mad at the people that are like old people in your life for having had sex when they were young people.
Was Ric
Exactly.
Flair really fucking every day though?
That's what he
I would
says.
put money on it. I would put money on it.
Like, do you think Ric Flair's really that gonna lie about that? Like, Ric Flair doesn't have to lie about that. He knows he was having sex every day
At least,
for years.
At least.
Every day for 20 years.
That's what he said. 365
different
times
bitches,
20.
It
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I guess no, it does matter.
Well,
Because
yeah,
if he's
body
doing
counts,
would be
if you're
different.
doing body counts, that's a different person.
right, 356 different
And he
motherfuckers.
could have. He could have probably had a different bitch every fucking day of the week. There's a possibility he
It's
could have because
possible.
they're going from city to city doing fucking wrestling matches. And before he was in the actual WWF and signed on, he was doing them little
Well,
podunk towns
plus,
places.
but that was also back in the day when nobody thought nothing would have any sort of long-term
exactly
like historic
exactly.
value. Like,
Yeah.
in 1987, some bitch was like, I can fuck Ric Flair, and nobody's gonna know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then years later, people are like, hey, weren't you hanging out with Ric Flair one time?
Like, isn't there
How
a
did you
picture
not
of
have sex with him when he was having sex at
With
least every
everybody.
day in 1987?
He didn't keep his dick away. His
But
dick
then
was
think
out.
about this though. How much shit did this motherfucker get? Because he's had at least had some kind of SDD. If he's done fucked around with this many.
I don't know. Maybe he was proficient and constantly used rubbers. He could have been like,
Yeah.
he could have been batting 1,000 on the rubber game.
You never know. You
He
never
took
know.
some kind of HIV frontline pill.
You said frontline. You
Yeah, it's
stupid.
it's aimed at me frontline jump.
So he was on prep before prep was prep.
Yep.
Duh.
It could have been. You
It's
know,
possible.
It really could have been.
I mean, hell, but then again, all that shit that the motherfuckers was on back then, like, they was partying. So
Yeah, but he probably already had. He theoretically probably got everything anyways, just from being operated, just for being operated on. You know what I mean? All the hep. He got to have all the hep. All them cats, all them cats, like in between,
all
like
the hives.
He got hep, BAC.
in like 70 got all the hep because they didn't give a fuck about needles and shit back in the day. A lot of people that you fucking that I've encountered that have fucking got that shit hep C is from surgery and shit, blood transfusions and shit.
Right, back in the day.
But back in the day, they weren't sterilizing shit. So he made all the times he was bleeding. A lot of that was real blood back in the day.
Well, it was
so
always
he was
real
actually
blood, but he was
bleeding and shit,
cutting
you know what I'm
himself.
saying?
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I don't know.
They were blading their foreheads with a
Yeah,
razor
they were
blade.
getting fucked up, like really bleeding out there. So I can't imagine he never got. I don't know.
There's something to that. Just running around out there on the ring, bleeding.
Yeah, just
and-
grabbing a blade, just cutting yourself. Because
Right.
they ain't like they bringing it with them. It's like, well, here's a razor blade
Right.
for tonight's match or whatever.
I think they had them
like,
stashed on the
They had
ring
them
or
stashed,
something. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Boots. The
Yeah, but that's
ref.
the same. But how sterile was any of that shit that they were out there fucking with? You know
Exactly.
what I'm
That's the
saying?
same way
Even-
they use Monday night on Thursday night.
Right. Even if you sterilized it before you stuck it in your boot, it's still all nasty and
But they didn't
sweaty
give a
when you
fuck
pull it
about
out of your
that back
boot.
then. Sterilizing was sterilizing
Nah.
shit 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well,
30,
that
40
means
years ago, 30 years.
that Ric Flair's STDs could have just come from fucking running around
In the ring.
cutting himself up
That's
in
the
the
same.
ring.
A lot of those motherfuckers. A lot of the wrestlers
Yeah.
could have
Then
had that
again,
shit.
he could have had a sliced up forehead and had some crazy bitch squirting on his forehead.
That's also
Later
true, 'cause
that day.
Ric Flair probably ran to some crazy ass bitches. Like how Biggie was like, man, this bitch wanted me to shit on her before we fuck. Ric Flair probably came across one of them bitches.
He had to come across a couple crazies.
Definitely come across all the weird stuff that's out there.
I would like to hear his craziest story. You
Yeah,
know
the
what I
hell
mean?
with. I don't need numbers, Rick.
Nah,
I need
what is your craziest fucking
Right.
story that didn't happen? Like,
Yeah.
you ran across this broad and everything was all hunky dory, and
It would be great to get him really late in life, like when he really thinks he's on death's doorstep and he's talking about banging Stephanie McMahon and all that kind of stuff. That would be the.
do you think he banged Stephanie McMahon?
I don't know, man. Macho Man supposedly did. There's like a theory that Macho Man was banging her, and that's why they ran him out of the joint. She was too young.
I heard that Macho Man was because he was abusive from what I heard with
I heard he's
Elizabeth. I've
like
watched him
emotionally abusive towards Elizabeth.
What's
That's
them
what I
shits
heard.
called? The you've seen them on A&E, the biographies they wrote?
Yeah, the biography.
Yeah, biography Jones.
The pro wrestler biographies, yeah.
And fucking like Hogan was trying to
Dark side
hide
of the-
Elizabeth out and shit because he seen fucking her car at this hotel and Macho Man's car showed up. Hogan was like, man, I don't know shit, but you need to roll, bitch, type shit. Like, damn. Hogan was scared for her ass. Like,
He
okay.
was hot dogging in the grandstand.
Yeah. Yeah, Hogan was
Yeah.
hot dogging in a grandstand, and then the Macho Man showed up like, "Are you fucking with Elizabeth?" I loved how he used to say, "Elizabeth, yeah, hot dogging in the grandstand." Ooh, yeah.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
That shit was, I don't even know what he said. That shit was just ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous, man.
You know he had to fuck
Let me
up
tell you
his.
something, brother.
He had to fuck up his vocal cords, man. Like, DMC did. DMC fucked his vocal cords up. That's why he can't rap the way he used to.
Yeah, because he rapped a certain way.
Yeah. So Macho Man had to fucking like shred his vocal cords by doing all that straining on it.
I don't know, man. He was so natural with it.
Or at least fucking his
He
his
was probably
sphincter.
just so hammered, man. That's how he just had it
It was
talk.
like he was taking a shit every fucking time.
He was on so much cocaine. That's just how he had it. That's how he had
He
it.
carried a level of intensity that probably had nothing to do with cocaine,
was like Ultimate
was
Warrior.
I give Ultimate
Or was
Warrior
completely-
cocaine.
Ultimate Warrior was on the
definitely
shit.
some cocaine.
Ultimate Warrior was on the. He was a straight drug addict.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Ultimate Warrior was on cocaine and probably steroids.
Bonded, yeah. You made a lot of promises to the Macho Man, didn't you? Promises that you didn't keep. I remember one specific one, yeah. You promised that Elizabeth would never be in a dangerous position. You broke that promise.
You put her
to Hulk
donkey
Hogan.
style.
And who had to come in and make that critical save? The Macho Man.
Critical
Randy
save.
Savage, covering for Hogan again.
Oh man, they got the fucking big boss man's out here handcuffing Elizabeth to
Hell
the
yeah.
ropes.
Fucking big boss man. Did they have a dude called the Mountie?
Yeah, they had the Mountie. That was in the 90s.
They had some characters, man. They actually had some characters. Y'all seen the joint I sent you with Earthquake doing his thing on Damien, Jake the Snake, right? How they were like, yeah, the snake got switched out and was replaced with fucking all this meat that was in fucking pantyhoses.
Really? It wasn't even a real snake?
Nah, they fucking put ground beef in pantyhoses and fucking had him fucking do that shit. I was like, damn. Now, back in the day, we believed that was a motherfucking real snake in the
but
bag.
it was a lot of the time.
Yeah, it was always his snake, but that one time when Earthquake squashed
Oh, when he was sitting on it, yeah.
Yeah, it was ground beef. Yeah, so a grown man then flew in the air and set his ass on some ground beef.
Absolutely, ground beef stuffed in a pantyhose.
So that shit just spreading out all over you underneath your ass.
Oh, the amount of smush, the nasty
That's
smush.
what I'm saying, like... You just had raw burger on your booty hole.
But that's why it had that good look.
Yeah,
like the snake had really
like
been
it bust
just
open,
fucked up.
Yep.
I do remember that now that you mention it.
Yeah.
The earthquake sitting on the snake.
Good old
And
wrestler.
is that when he went from having the boa to having the king cobra?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Because you had to replace Damien.
Right, he had to get a different kind of snake.
You gotta have a different kind of snake out there now.
To make it clear that this is one fucking snake, now this is another fucking snake.
Yep.
Yeah. God, and I remember hearing him talk on some interview, maybe it was a Rogan interview, but he was talking about how the snake bit him so many times over the years.
Well, he hated snakes.
And he had to carry the snake around with him
He
from
hated
place to
fucking
place.
snakes. He was scared of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's why he just threw it out there. He didn't fucking ever take it out. He always threw it on the motherfucker.
Yeah, he would slide it out of the bag.
Because he won't touch him. I'm scared of shit out of that motherfucker, man. That's
But
fucked up, man. God damn, why they do that to them? They were fucking cruel to wrestlers, man.
Oh, and that's the thing, right?
They
They
were
were
fucks given, man.
totally mean to these motherfuckers. Hey, Chew, move that mic more to your left.
You had what was the other motherfucker that used to cut everybody's hair and fuck them up? Brutus
the Barber
Beefcake.
Beefcake.
Mr. Barber, yeah.
And then he has like some surgery happen to his stupid ass or something happened to him.
Well, because they all hurt themselves, dude.
Oh yeah, they always fuck
They were
themselves
really, they
up.
were doing serious
But they was doing
activities.
Hell yeah, 100%.
hard drugs and just flinging their asses all over this ring, just beating themselves up for entertainment. You know what I mean?
For our entertainment.
That is also true.
I'd rather entertain you guys by sitting on a microphone and having a good time with my friends than like throwing you guys off the roof into a
And
table.
landing on some fucking tacks
Some
and
bitches was
shit.
crazy, though, man.
For real. They done some wild shit.
Yeah, like what's his name? What was it? Cactus Jack. That motherfucker was getting hit with barbed wire.
He definitely
bats.
got to have the help see.
Oh yeah, all the shit, the tax and shit.
All the everything he
the
fucking-
bombs.
You make me want to interview pro wrestlers now just to see how many diseases they may have picked up.
Yeah, like-
They don't know, though.
you know
don't-
they got that staph infection going
Yeah,
on
definitely
on a
had
regular
that,
basis.
you know.
Regular basis.
Probably had SARS. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably had some flesh eating bacteria.
Leg getting ate right now as we speak.
Right. They lose legs.
Hell, a lot like Kamala. Kamala lost
Kamala
his
lost a
legs
leg.
to- He lost
that,
both of them.
You know that Kamala's real name was Kamala Harris?
Was it really?
Like his last name was Harris.
I'll be damned.
A character that played Kamala's last name was Harris.
Because he was talking about how he's like
He's
piss
diabetic,
poor.
right?
Yeah, he's diabetic. He doesn't get no help from the WWF or WWE.
They
like,
got nothing for him. Thanks
like-
for letting us use you as a racist trope and then toss you in the
they
fucking
just,
woods.
they just toss you away
He
like
used to
all
put all
right.
that white face paint. I saw one where he pretended to eat a live chicken.
No,
Like,
that was Animal, the guy Animal, the one that was eating the turnbuckles
Yeah,
and shit.
turnbuckle, yeah.
no, you're thinking of the you're thinking of the Bushwhackers.
No, Bushwhackers. I knew who the Bushwhackers
Nah,
was.
yeah.
Animal was before the Bushwhackers.
Animals, yeah.
Animal was one of the fucking Legion of Doom, I thought.
There was
There
that
was Hawk and Animal.
There was
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal and Legion of Doom, but there was another dude, bald
There
headed
was
guy
the
that
animal
was
who
hairy.
just ate
Yeah, he just ate turnbuckles.
Turnbuckles, yeah.
He was something the George the Animal Steel.
That's it.
Yeah, but like that's all. All that shit's wild. All that shit was wild back in the day. Them dudes was crazy. Crazy.
Crazy, man.
But hey,
Sting still does it, though, man.
Yeah.
yeah, I seen that shit. That
Sting
he's
getting
still
so bored
doing
where
it.
he puts a mask on. Sting dresses up as Sting and chills in the audience and then fucks people up when they come into the audience. Like he's that bored now. Like he's been doing it 40 years, something like
Oh,
that.
he's gotta be.
He's the only
Yeah.
one that had never been on drugs. He had to be. Got to be the only wrestler not on drugs.
Maybe he's
Well,
just
he's
the only
probably was
one.
a drinker.
He might have
looked like a drinker.
Nah, he's probably the
He
only
could be
one that
doing
knew how
none
to
of
do
it.
it right. He'd probably take a little bump here and there, get out a little
I
gut
mean, he's got to
time.
be 60.
Oh, he Sting's definitely. Let me see
Easy.
how old he is.
He's easy 60.
Sting's
He's
definitely
probably
in
only
the
62,
60s.
you know what I mean? But fuck, he had to be doing this 25, 30 years wrestling.
Well, it's intense that he keeps doing it.
And he's still doing it. He's about the only one that's actually still wrestling from back in the day.
Only old school one.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody else is done.
But yeah, he now he dresses up, he puts a little mask on, he be hanging out. They be freaking out. It's Sting! It's Sting! Ass Sting! Oh my god! I cannot believe it! Are you seeing this?
He's
Sting
63
is
years
Sting!
old.
63.
63.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I wouldn't like, you know.
I ain't wrestling
You know,
63
like,
fucking years
I like
old.
doing this. I want to get more back into stand up, you know. It seems to be some things going with that. These are things that I could see doing into my 60s and 70s. You know what I mean? I could see making it like, you know, we get nicer chairs, we set up a better studio, I don't got to break it down all the time. Like, this could keep going for a long time. We're not, like, hurting ourselves. It's not like after 5 years, it's like, boy, man, my shoulder's torn out. And like, I mean, the Jew unit does that shit to himself just walking around throughout the day. You know
That's
what I mean?
true,
You hurting yourself like a pro athlete just fucking dribbling your basketball on your broke-ass basketball court.
Yeah, got a point there. Got a point there.
You know what? Speaking of that, I got a question for you. Why is it that you build all this concrete out here, but you couldn't dig up that hole that the pot, that the basket is in, and put a little concrete around that so you ain't got to have the rope on the side of it holding it up?
There is concrete kind of in there, but the problem with that is the roots around that tree. I can't dig with so much. I need like digging bar and like I mean I can, but I got to do some real work to
You
get
gotta
around
cut
all
the root
roots.
out that's
and probably a
pushing onto
sawzall and shit.
so the root is actually pushing.
Yeah.
It's
pole.
right that pole is in between like roots, like a V.
Oh, it's wedged in between roots.
Somewhat, yeah. That's a big. I mean, it's a lot of live action over there. That tree's big as shit. And it's healthy. It's about one of the only healthy fucking trees got no goddamn yard.
Yeah, that's the one that's not dead. The rest of them by the road are
So,
dead. So.
oh yeah, all of them, yeah. But so I mean, I dug like maybe an 8-inch hole, and then I also want a male to get it back out in the future.
Why?
So you can
I'm
take it
gonna
with
that
him.
motherfucker with me, bro. I'm gonna put it right back in wherever else I'm going next.
He's gonna hit that slab with a jackhammer and pull that basketball hoop out. We on to
He
the
won't
next
need a
place.
he don't need a jackhammer, just a sledgehammer.
Nah, yeah, just
sledge will do it.
like I said, because I ain't
16-pound
get.
sledgehammer do
It's
that.
probably maybe a basketball worth of concrete, maybe if even that. Like I said, I couldn't get much over there.
He wouldn't be
Real
able to
shitty
swing a
area.
sledgehammer though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get the
That
boy to do
soldier's
that.
gonna just drop on you.
Hey, boy, I need to go break up that sledgehammer over there.
But yeah, there's too many roots over there for me to do all that.
Well, you gotta buy yourself a house, man. Set yourself up a basketball hoop. Get yourself a concrete
Yeah,
slab.
you won't have to put it in the ground, or yeah, you know, get you one out in those sticks. You know what I mean, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, I need that shit to go back down to reasonable fucking.
You and me both, bro. I ain't gonna wait for this shit. But you know, fucked up thing, man.
Just wait for the
looking on
crash.
news, Is old Sleepy Joe trying to get more money to send over there, man? For
Yeah,
fucking-
another 800 million to go over to.
he added 30. Well, so he said he's already done 2 800 mil ones, right? 2 800 mils, and now he's asking for another 33 mil. And I'm like, motherfucker, you can't do this shit over here.
Nah, we don't need nothing.
Like,
Fuck
take
us.
care. Fuck. Granted, look, all right.
Well, it's like you
Ukraine
heard
needs
Trevor
help.
Noah was at the thing, and he was like, "Yeah, things are looking up since you've been here.
Yeah, I
Gas
saw
prices,
that.
food prices,
Yep.
like, and
All
everybody's
that shit.
laughing. Yeah, that's funny.
Everybody's ha ha ha. Nah, he's being real with you, motherfucker.
Yeah. When I'm president, I'll fix that shit.
Like, shit's fucking ridiculous. You spending all this money for fucking, you know, the anti-aircraft missiles and all this shit to ship over there, which you ain't gonna get back because we never pick up our equipment.
Certainly not. Well, I mean, look, like, you know why we left everything behind in Afghanistan? For the industrial military complex, so we got to sell more to somebody
Yep.
else. We got to
Yep.
make more. Oh, well, they got the newest shit, so we need to come up with some new shit.
Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous, man. Because we get beat in the head for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, everybody's like, help Ukraine. I get that. I understand what the fuck they're going through.
Well, that's the thing,
But-
right? Like, I'm not for what's going on over there, but I don't want to send people over there from here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like,
And I'm not trying. We already fucking struggling over here as is with ourselves when y'all fucking printing out and putting money over there.
and that's
when
what creates inflation.
you're
Print
not
more, send it over there.
Bringing money over here. You're quick to send money to these other countries with no problems. But when it's money for over here, you got to go through this fucking bullshit, lame duck session. We're not in session. We're not going to work. We're going to shut the government down. All that. Man, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit,
That
man.
shit all just baffles me because Russia's big as fuck. Like Russia big
Yeah.
as shit. What they really need that little goddamn Ukraine for? What's that little bit of area?
It's
gonna
not.
do-
They
do
don't. That's,
for, you know what I mean?
they want Crimea and the land between Crimea and the rest of Russia.
they want the whole
which is
everything. They want to
which
take
is
it all back over
access-
again.
Which is access to the water there. That's what they want there. But they're worried because the Ukraine wants to be a part of NATO, and NATO they consider a threat the closer it gets. Because in the 80s, no, I'm sorry, in the 90s, when they brought down the Berlin Wall, maybe it was 89 or something like that, but when they brought down the Berlin Wall, they made an agreement to not expand NATO any further than East Germany. And they've done nothing but expand NATO since the mid-90s. And NATO is now right up to the border of Russia. So Russia considers that a threat. And they're not going to put up with that.
Yeah,
That's-
November 9th, 89.
That's what's going on there. See that? Almost the 90s. That's knowing history, my friend. But,
David Hasselhoff.
that's right. So, you know, what's going on over there is not cool. It's not good at all. Like, I'm far more on the Ukrainian side. But Ukraine has been up to all kinds of stuff, too. They had, like, a peace treaty with the eastern region of the country that was under separatist type stuff going on, and they've not honored the peace treaty and have continued to bomb over there and have really bad things going on. Ukraine's not innocent in all of this. Ukraine is like
I'm sure.
not the
Yeah.
aggressor, but they're not the perfectly good angels that everybody's acting like they are. You know, they do have a Nazi battalion called the Azov Battalion. They're not a purely Nazi country, but they have Nazis in their infrastructure. They have Nazis involved. There are people that are like neo-Nazis over there that are serious neo-Nazis. And, you know, I don't like supporting Nazis in general, you know, but they're like legit Nazis, not just people that some liberal disagrees with
Yeah.
on Twitter. You know, they're like legit Nazis that have lineage back to real Nazis, and, you know, it's shit's fucked up over there. Like, they're a lot more in depth with it, you know. And so I don't like either side what they're up to. I don't like what's happening. I feel way worse for the Ukrainians. I don't think
Yeah.
they brought that on themselves. I don't like Nazis, but I support their right to exist, just like any other group of fucking people that I don't like. Like, you want to do
Yeah.
that, do that, do you?
It's just
Whatever.
like these people bitching about fucking Elon and Twitter.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Cause
Oh, that's because they don't want to have something that's free.
And did he buy that for 40 billion cash?
46,
44,
something like
Cash.
that.
46?
And he gave
Yeah.
him cash.
He gave half in his own cash and financed the other half. He did
Yeah.
like 26 billion out of pocket.
26 billion. How many hundreds is that? That's a lot.
That's a lot of hundreds, dog.
God
Yeah,
damn.
you
is
buy
there-
a lot of strippers,
There's
a
not
lot
a
of
real
Kias.
bill over 100, right? There's not an actual $1,000 bill.
Not anymore.
Nah.
It used to be back in the day, but
It was,
eventually
no, it
it's
was
as tall as it
500.
goes.
No, it was 500.
I think there was a G stack
Did
back
they
in
get
It was
the
rid
one
day.
of them. It was either
$500
5 or 1,000. I
I know it
wanted
was
to
a
say.
$500 bill.
I think there was 1,000 way back too.
But now all I can give is hundreds.
I'm pretty sure.
Jesus.
Yeah, so if he was
26
paying that
billion.
if he was paying that in briefcases, it'd be a lot of briefcases.
Oh, man, that's trucks, bro.
It'd be like $1 million in briefcases to pay a billion, like 46.
Yeah, how do you even drop that off, bro? Like,
Yeah, you can't pay that in
the
cash.
sea cabinet? In the sea can, you just stack it up in the sea can?
Yeah, you put it into an ocean liner and hope it doesn't sink. You know?
Jesus, 26 billion.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a digital transfer.
Yeah, yeah. It's in Bitcoin.
God, that'd be the shit. Just
But see,
rolling
here's the
with
thing.
buses and buses and buses.
The
just
thing that
cash.
everybody that I was
Hey, you know
listening
you
to,
got money, Dad.
the thing that I was listening to that people were bitching about were like, yo, the people that were banned on, like everybody was worried about Trump coming
They're
back
worried
to
that
Twitter.
Trump and
I'm
Alex
like,
Jones are going to come back.
What the fuck does any of that shit matter? Like, if you don't like what a motherfucker's saying,
Don't listen.
don't
But
pay attention to it. Don't listen
they
to it.
could technically, because it should be a new company, right? Technically.
Well, it's going to be under new management.
It's gonna be
the
it's gonna
same.
be private. He's
same
taking it out of
name.
the public and putting it
Still
into the
gonna be
private
Twitter.
sector.
Yeah, still going to be
Still
Twitter.
be Twitter.
He could change it to Musk.
Yeah, he can change the whatever. He can change
Whatever he
to
wants.
he can change to an equation.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like his son's name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
So, but people are bitching about
His son's name's equation was like A over J.
It's like E parentheses.
There's like symbols in
pi.
it.
Yeah, his
Not
son's
just a little
name-
swiggly line over the E.
No,
Right,
his,
no.
son, his son is actually in an
Like some
equation.
straight up
It's not just some umlaut shit.
hieroglyphic shit.
It's some shit you'd see in like a scientific equation.
Yeah. Look, Elon's son's name. You're not gonna be able to say it because you can't read it.
Yeah, we can't say it and we can read.
Yeah. But the thing that was getting me was everybody talking about, oh, you're letting hate groups be allowed. Everybody's gonna be allowed to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Here's
That's
the thing is,
the way freedom works.
Oh,
Here's the
God
thing
damn,
is,
that's
people
him.
you don't like.
XCII.
Exactly.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing
But
about
see, here's the
freedom.
thing.
You got to support the freedoms that you don't want people to use.
If you don't want to hear it or you ain't got to comment on it. You ain't got to read it. You ain't got to pay no mind to it. That's your choice.
That's right.
So you
Especially in an entertainment ecosystem like we have these days.
Exactly.
If you don't like it,
So if you don't like it,
fuck off.
Don't pay no mind to it. You feeding it is what gives something like that power. You know what I'm saying? That's what blows my mind when people are like, yo, I'm upset because this person said this. So fucking what? That's what that person decided to say. That's their opinion. If you don't like their opinion, you don't have to agree with it at all. You don't even have to comment on it at all. But some people choose to because here's the key word, choose.
Oh, damn, we forgot to change our shirts.
But they choose to. So you choose to be mad at somebody's comment. You choose to be mad at somebody, what somebody tweeted, posted, whatever.
Life
You're making a choice.
It's 10% what happens and 90% how you react to that.
Exactly.
So like you make the choice to let yourself be worked up and upset about whatever works up and upsets you.
With certain people, the more worked up you get, the more it's going to feed that person, that individual, to do whatever it was that worked you up. Because, all right, I got this person worked up. How many more motherfucking people like this person I can get worked up?
Especially in the internet
feeds
realm.
my shit. Yeah, exactly.
Like once you get that ball moving and that whole thing going like that, it's
a spiral.
And it just keeps slippery slope.
That dude's name is X-A12. That's how you pronunciate.
That's how it's spelled.
That's how it says you pronounce it.
The correct pronunciation.
X-A12.
X-A-S-H. X space A-S-H space
Mike,
A
look at what he's looking at and
12.
tell me what it says.
Yeah, X-A12.
X-Ash.
Yeah, because how it's spelled.
Are you sure it's not Zash A12?
X
could be a Z sound?
Actually, X is separate, so it could be times Ash A12. You know what I mean?
It would be double Ash A12.
You see what I'm saying? Because
double Ash A24.
The equation is written out, and then it says how to pronounce it. So
see, and this is the thing. Like Elon is like another level human. Like we're all just like monkeys, and he's like a real human being. Or something, you know what I mean? Like he's a different level of like
so you think he's
evolution.
He's the next evolved step.
He's the next step of evolution.
Species.
Right.
Either
like you got Cro-Magnon, then you got Modern Man, then you got Eli.
Or he's the alien.
Or Elon, and we're all that's another.
What's that TV show where the alien's a real guy?
Right.
The blonde-haired fucking dude.
Oh, I've seen the commercials for it. I have no
Resident
idea.
Alien?
Resident Alien, I think. Yeah, he is actually Resident Alien. Or he's just actually what humans are supposed to be, and we're all just dumb fucks.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think Elon is like,
or he tapped into that other like leftover percentage because we can only use 10% of our brain
he's
at
got
a time.
that extra percent on the
but
brain. He on that Lucy.
He can use at least 20% of his.
Maybe he was smart enough that he got to pick the parts of the gene pool that he wanted to
He
create
might have got a
himself.
hold of Morgan Freeman. He might have told him the inside of it.
Anything could happen, dude.
He might have.
Elon's clearly a something else, man.
I mean, fuck, he got 26 billion cash. Shit, he can just van over to you. Fuck, you gotta fuck with him.
I mean, ain't he still sending motherfuckers into space, or is that?
Oh yeah, he's still working on that.
Yeah, he still got money. Shit.
Well, I know he got money.
That's
He ain't
just
running
side
out of
cheddar.
money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's nowhere near the point of like not working on sending people to Mars. That man plans to die on Mars.
He's gonna be. He's gonna make Total Recall, bro.
I think he is. He's gonna go over there. And he's gonna find the pyramid, and he's gonna put his hand in the joint, and then there's gonna be oxygen on Mars, and we're gonna all move there.
Well, I just saw the fucking movie. I think it's called The Martian with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah, okay.
Where he's fucking on the planet and fucking, they're
Just
like,
saw that. Isn't that a movie old?
No. I mean, I've seen it, but I mean, I just recently saw it again. You know what I'm saying? It was on TV, and I just happened to see it. And I was trying to explain to my boy because my son was like, he said, Dad, how is he able to grow shit on Mars and shit? I was like, well, he's a botanist, so he's figured it out. How
he
to make
carefully
it work.
explains it, but it doesn't. I don't think probably work or make sense, or maybe it would. There's no way
It's
to really
possible.
tell.
There's no way you can fucking make it happen without having a motherfucker up on the planet right
he
now.
takes a shit in the dirt and then grows his food out of his goodies.
He's using the fucking other astronauts' manure.
Some of his
shit.
duty was in there.
Oh yeah, because they got their names labeled on the bags.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah,
was?
they got the names labeled on the bags.
Well, that would be. It would be interesting. I wonder which human feces would have the best,
Strain.
Right. What would be the
Depending on
best?
who
Who would fertilize the food the best? Like, what are you eating?
You're all eating the same, freeze dried.
Well,
shit.
but that's probably
your body breaks down everything different.
That's true.
That's also true.
What kind of nutrients get absorbed from it and such different in everybody, I would think.
You'd have to have this little section broke off here, and here.
That's
just too much.
Sounds pretty rough, but I guess would you do that if you had to survive? I guess I would.
If I knew how to do it, yeah.
Yeah, if I could make it happen.
What, shed some dirt and grow something?
Yeah. Shit in the dirt and grow something, then eat it.
Well, yeah.
Eat your duty plants.
I grew some marijuana in the front yard when I went blow darting with squirrels, and I fucking buried a squirrel in the yard, and
Put
then
the weed on top of it?
we just threw some fucking seeds on. Went on vacation 2 weeks, came back, goddamn weed plant about 1.5 feet tall coming out the ground right over the old squirrel.
Well, there you go.
And then we didn't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? We was gone. You know what I mean? That shit just happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's fertilization.
Yeah, dude.
Life.
I mean,
life. Decomposes, you give them back to the earth. That's what happens.
Yeah, no doubt.
Decomp, all that shit.
Yeah,
it all does is it all fertilizes the earth.
That's kind of like
cycles,
that'd be an interesting way to have your body taken care of. Like, I want you to turn me into
a motherfucking compost for weed.
I wanted you to grow weed with my remains.
And then try to come back in How High too.
Exactly.
In How High.
Exactly.
I'm a ghost.
Coming back.
I'm a ghost.
Was there a How High too?
Yeah, there was a How High.
They made it
It
too.
sucked. It was fucking horrible.
I'm sure it was bad. They didn't have Red Man. It wasn't Red and Meth.
They didn't have Red Meth. They didn't call Red Meth. And Red Meth even said, look, good luck to you guys that are doing this movie.
You poor bastards. They should have called it something else. They should just made it something else.
It was so fucking horrible. I felt bad because I like DC Young Fly, but that movie was horrible. Him and I think it was one of the littles. Uzi Vert might have been his name, or Yachty. One of the two little motherfuckers was in that bitch. And it was just a fucking terrible movie. Everybody else was still in it except Red Meth.
Really?
Yeah, it had Baby Powder. Mike Epps was in it.
Mike Epps was in it?
Horrible. And now check this out. Now here's another thing. So look, if people were talking about how good Mike Epps' stand-up joint is on Netflix was, right? I was like, I'm willing to give it a try because I'm not a fan of Mike Epps' stand-up. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not a fan of his acting, but his stand-up though, I'm not a fan of, because for me, Mike Epps is very good at situational comedy. You put him in a script and you give him a situation, he can make that whole shit funny. But as a stand-up comedian, his shit was hurting me, bro.
You didn't like his bits at all, huh?
It was too disarray. It wasn't he wasn't following. He would tell a joke here, start a joke here, then go to something else, and then go to something else, then eventually come back to this joke here and run on that for a little bit. Then it would dive off to something else. He wasn't coherent for me. It wasn't smooth. And I'm like, oh man, that shit look choppy. I think you might be on something on stage right now, bro. You should have said no before you got on stage. You know what I'm saying?
You should have turned down a bump or whatever he took a bump on.
Whatever it was, man, it just wasn't.
I don't know,
flowing.
man. It sounds like his material's weak.
It was. I didn't laugh. I didn't even chuckle, man. I might have had a smile. I might have had a smile.
That is the absolute worst, man. I remember years ago watching a show called Make Me Laugh on Comedy Central, and it never made me laugh. It was like a competition where they had comedians come in and try to make people laugh. And people had to not laugh to win. And I was like, I would win this shit almost every time. I remember laughing one time at that show. Once. Somebody came out and said something stupid and I laughed. And it was literally just like a reaction to how stupid it was. But it would have worked. But nothing else ever made me laugh. I watched 5 episodes.
And that's how I felt
never
about it.
Liked it.
I'm watching this joint. I'm listening. I'm like, man, this shit is just rough. It almost sounds like the audience is forcing themselves to laugh at shit at times.
Yeah, that's awful. There's a sign that says laugh.
Because he'll say something and he'll laugh, but ain't nobody else laughing.
Oh, that's bad.
And
is this on Netflix?
Yes, it's on Netflix, yo.
Oh,
and I'm
Lord.
like, yo, wait a minute. Nobody's laughing right now. There's a part where it's just silent for a good 10 to 15 seconds. It's just quiet. And he's walking on stage and he's just like that, just chilling with the mic. I'm like, oh man, this shit rough right here, Braham. I tried it. I'm like, where the fuck did somebody say that this shit was good? Whoever said this shit was good, I need to smack the shit out.
Who told me to watch this?
So now he has a comedy show coming, and everybody's like, oh, get tickets. I'm like, there's no way I buy tickets for Mike Epps. Sorry. There's only a couple comedians that off the bat that I would definitely buy tickets for. Kevin Hart, fucking Earthquake, Bruce, definitely Bruce and Cedric the Entertainer. Right
I'd fuck with Bruce and
Bruce,
Cedric.
Bruce,
I
and
don't know about
Cedric.
Kevin Hart,
I've seen Kevin Hart.
but Bruce, yeah, I'd fuck with Bruce.
Kevin Hart's good, but the cats that roll with him are not. To me,
That's whack.
he got his four homies with him that open up the show before he gets on stage.
Yeah, sure.
He has one homie that is fucking funny as shit to me, and that's Spanky. The other three, not so
Is
much.
Ralphie May alive still?
Nah, Ralphie's been dead.
Ralphie Bandit, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he died a few years back.
You know what I mean? Like Cedric
good ones never last.
killed the entire show, to start to finish. When he was up there till he was done, Cedric killed that motherfucking stage.
I'm surprised Bruce alive.
Bruce lost a lot of weight. He's a medium sized guy now. He ain't big as he was, but he done lost a lot of weight. He funny as shit too. I like Bruce.
Yeah, I fuck with him. Yeah.
Now there's female comedians I fuck with, but they're just
Monique, I fuck with Monique.
I fuck with Monique. I used to like some more, but her shit is kind of it's more toned for the female audience. You know what I mean? Because she'll be talking about shit that I can't relate to. So I can't see the humor in it as other women do. You know what I mean? Like I want to go see Nick Cannon shit again. The Wildin' Out tour, like the whole Wildin' Out show. That shit's fucking. That was cool.
Where you see that at, DC?
Saw that in Baltimore.
Sounds like something to go to Baltimore.
I'd fuck with a while now. Maybe not Baltimore, but
Yeah, right.
Oh, Baltimore wasn't bad. I mean, the zombies were out there, and they were just the zombies. Be
yeah,
out
they just
there.
zombieing.
Did they offer to watch your car for you?
Nah, I mean, these motherfuckers were like stuck in a pose. Like, and when I'm talking about zombies, these motherfuckers was gone.
Oh, like they were frozen in place?
Somebody freeze
Yeah.
framed them.
Yeah, that's
Like you had them hunched over, like they had some exorcist shit, like they bent over backwards. I'm like, I don't think your body's supposed to do that.
You would do a flash dance as soon as the motherfucker blew the whistle.
Well, it's like the way these dudes pass out and shit, man. You know you can't feel good if you ever get up and start walking again.
That's what I'm screaming. Like, yo, how in the fuck? Like
They go into some weird positions, man.
but they be out. Like they're literally sleep on an angle, standing up and not falling.
That's smack, dude.
That's just like
smack,
I'm
bro.
like, how in the fuck do y'all make this fucking happen? But you know what? To each their
Heroin,
own.
son. Heroin.
To each, you heard, yo.
That's what it is, dog. That's how
You
they make
heard
it
about
happen.
these kids, man, ODing on some fucking fentanyl pills and fucking Manassas, young. It wasn't Manassas. It was Prince William County.
Whack.
They fucking said these kids got a hold of the Perk 30s that were laced with fentanyl
Ooh. Phew.
and fucking.
And they be
gone.
snorting that shit. That's dumb.
And I'm like, yo, just legalize weed already.
Well, you legalize everything. You really want to talk about it, you got to legalize everything. Because you're not going to be able to stop people from doing this shit. So you got to provide them with pure product. You couldn't stop them from drinking booze. You can't stop them from doing heroin. You can't stop them from doing cocaine. Shit's going to come in. It's just going to be an illicit market that you're not going to be able to tax. You're not going to be able to regulate it. You're not going to be able to keep the shit clean. You're not going to be able to keep it pure. You have a whole criminal element that comes in with it. Like, the reasons to legalize, as far as I'm concerned, far outweigh the reasons to
Yeah, 'cause,
remain criminalized.
How much profit are these fucking jails really making right now?
Oh, Lord. Don't even get me started on it.
You know
There's
what I
private
mean?
prison
Like,
world.
fuck, that's just fucking crazy. No,
Yeah.
that shouldn't even be fucking.
That's
legal.
why lobbyists should be against the law. You want to have a private prison? That's
know what?
fine.
Yes.
You can't lobby to have your motherfucking
That's
laws
actually,
done.
I like that right there.
You know?
Lobbying should be against the
Yeah.
law. I like that.
That's
I like
what needs
that.
to be against the law. All this money, all this fucking money you're fucking putting into the system to sway people to do the things you want to have done. It's just the higher ups of capitalism buying the laws that they want.
Hey, Ted DiBiase said it best.
Everybody's
man
got a price. That's right.
Is he still alive? I wonder if old Ted DiBiase is still alive.
I think he's around.
That's a wrestler, right?
Yeah, man,
you
$1 Million
remember
Man.
$1 Million Man. Yeah, he's alive. $1 Million Man definitely alive. He probably lives in Florida.
He looked like he was more of a drinker, maybe occasional cocaine user.
I don't know, man. They was all going hard. I remember watching the $1 Million Man. He brought a kid up on stage. He said, "I give you $100. You can dribble the basketball 10 times in a row." Kid's dribbling. He's counting 7, 8, 9. He gets to 9. He kicks the ball.
I'd have punched him in the dick. I'd have punched him square in his fucking dick.
It was fucking great. And then he did his laugh.
I'd have punched him in
laughed
the dick.
in the kid's face.
Yeah.
This is a little boy, you know what I mean? Boy couldn't have been more than 5 years old.
I'd have punched him in the dick.
It was so
my,
funny.
my
Like,
reaction would have been punching him in the dick.
and there was a woman standing there that looked like she was her, like maybe the mother or grandmother or something. And she's like counting along, getting all excited.
Yeah.
I know my boy can bounce the basketball 10 times in a row.
Shit.
7, 8, 9, blah, kick the ball.
$100 back in the 80s would have went a long ass
Especially
motherfucking
as
way.
a kid, you remember when we was kids in the 80s, man? You give me $100 in 1988, dog, I'd have fucking been
You would have been. You thought you were the richest motherfucker
over the
in
moon,
world.
son, over the moon.
I got $100. Shit. Just to see $1,000. Like, that was crazy. When you're a kid and you see money,
Yeah, he alive.
and then you think about money now. Like, all the money I've had in my hand. Like, I'm paying thousands of dollars in just everything, and it's nothing. You work, you pay, you work to pay somebody else the money that you earn, which I still have problems wrapping my head around. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go to work to pay somebody else.
Yeah. To tell us what we can and can't do.
Exactly.
The things that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
So
It's mind-boggling to me.
Force me into doing things that I don't want to do.
Exactly.
That's what I pay you my money for. So
I
that
pay you for this bullshit.
so that you could tell me how bad I am and I'm a criminal and shouldn't be allowed to do this or that.
Uh-huh.
So you can demonize me because I want to give people the things that they want anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to give them pure, clean versions of that. So you make me out like I'm the bad guy.
Drugs
Like
and
I've
pussy.
got a bad fucking...
And penis. If you want penis,
Right?
it's going to be clean.
Right. If a motherfucker has something with their body you want to play with and they'll take your money for it, that's cool. I just want my cut.
That's it. That's it.
It's plain and simple, man.
You want to preach a gospel or whatever, fork over that tax off of that bitch.
Goddamn right.
You don't need that motherfucking Ferrari, Joel Osteen.
Certainly not.
You know what I mean?
Joel Osteen really does not need anywhere near the money he gets. That's why I'm taxing churches. Fuck the bullshit, man.
Okay. From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Goddamn right. That's right, man.
You
A
sell a
nickel
little
bag is
snatch
sold
on
in the
the
park.
side.
I want mine.
You fucking go around with this collection plate. Just cut me in.
Right? I'm getting my taste, y'all.
You pass this collection plate
I'm
around.
saying, man.
Fuck.
Like, one too many kid got raped under these Catholics, and guess
No
what?
shit.
All y'all got to pay now. Every
No
last one of
shit.
you motherfuckers when I get elected president. Every motherfucking religion. They are going to have a very nice tax incentive, like tax break incentives, if you're actually spending the money that you bring in to help your community.
Exactly.
And spending the money on the things
On
around you.
programs and shit that's actually going to work
Right.
and build up a better community and
If
better
a tornado
environment for
comes
somebody.
through and you're putting people in your church and taking care of them, I mean, all these things are going to be write-offable. Like, there'll be a way that you can be tax-free, but you got to be like a real public service as a
Yeah.
church. Like,
Man,
not
that-
just
that-
Joel Osteen with a fucking mega church that you don't let anybody in from New Orleans when it floods out.
Which I'm still trying to figure
Fuck
out how
Joel
the hell
Osteen.
fuck this motherfucker, this mega fucking. I don't understand.
You're a
the
bad
mega churches.
example,
I don't get those.
Joel Osteen. You're a very bad example. Shame on you, Joel Osteen.
No, he's still right. He don't give a fuck. He got
don't give
money.
a
He got
fuck.
money hitting
Yeah, he
them
got
walls
money
that he
for
didn't
days.
He
know.
ain't worried about us.
He fucking got shit tucked away under the mattress, buried in the
You
yard.
got that Olstein cheddar.
That like that Scientology shit. Like
He
they
had
got-
that Ben had money.
huh?
He's
Who,
had that
Joel?
Ben had money, yeah.
Osteen?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's been at it a long time.
Not super money, but I mean, 100,000. 100, at least. Gotta be. Gotta be.
It's possible. He one of them silver tongue motherfuckers.
Oh, he's been making it, man.
Because that shit on TV, they had that big ass church and shit. You
Yeah,
know?
no,
Yeah,
mega
that's
church.
the
He's
mega
got a
church,
mega
yeah.
church. He's doing like 10,000
Yeah, a lot of
every
motherfuckers.
Sunday.
Yeah, probably two sermons, probably.
Right.
Two technically. You know
Oh,
what I
easily,
mean?
at least. The amount of money that man's stacking up off of people just coming to see him talk about Jesus, shit. That's why I want to go tax free on the Church of Mason.
Mind, like, holy shit, you can read the same book he's reading.
That's right. You can read it
You
and
can
interpret
read
it.
it.
Like back in the day when nobody
all
could
he's
read, you understood a little more.
Exactly.
But, like,
now, you know what I mean? You
there's
can
no
read-
excuse.
Yeah. So how? You know what I mean?
I don't know, Mike. I don't know.
I just get amazed by it. That's all.
I get amazed by the amount of people that just want something so that they don't have to think about anything for themselves. Like, tell me what to do, tell me what to think, tell me how to breathe, tell me what to eat, tell me when to go to whatever, tell me who to vote for. Like, don't nobody want to think for themselves.
Nah,
There's some of us running around out here, but there's a lot of people that are content to be told what to think.
And see, that's what I worry about with the kids getting older, you know, because I was talking to somebody the other day and we was talking and he was like, man, you know, the thing that I fear the most is our children, when they get of age, how is it going to be for them versus what it was for us?
It's going to be fucking horrible.
It's going to be fucking terrible. I said, they're going to put us in a fucking warehouse where we're going to have to press a button for food like gerbils, and they're going to give us a wheel to run on because they ain't going to be able to take care of us. You know what I mean? We're going to have to, we had the little water stands and be sipping droplets of water and shit.
You really see it getting like that for yourself? You're going to be an old man living in a fucking hamster cage?
No, I ain't.
Your parents
but I
put
know
you
that's
in?
probably
Your children put you in?
It's bound to happen sooner or later, man. Something's going to happen like that.
I don't know,
Man,
Mike.
my kids put me in a hamster cage. I'm breaking out and fucking them up.
No, I can see
And
you
you going to
going in
break
the
out and
hamster
snap
cage.
your little hip off.
That's fine.
I can
what's
see
gonna
you
happen.
in a hamster
That's
cage.
fine.
You'll be on the ground.
It's fine.
Come over there.
They'll give him a fake
I'm
pond
gonna go
with
out
fish in
clone.
it.
I'm gonna go out clone.
If they put him in virtual reality, just on the pond,
He wouldn't know no difference.
I mean, think about it, man.
they put him a little helmet.
That's what's going to happen with.
on him.
That's right. They're gonna fucking put Elon's Neuralink in your shit.
Yep.
And it's gonna have Twitter automatically installed.
It's
and you're
gonna be real life shit that
Right.
he's not gonna know that he's even awake. And he's just gonna wake up and he's in a car getting it and sees lakes everywhere and just stops and
Exactly.
gets out.
And no cop comes and tells him he can't be
Nah,
there. He's like,
nah.
man, this is the best fishing hole. Let me try a different one. He goes to another one. Man, I ain't got busted at like the last 15 fishing
Hold on,
holes.
that's when he's gonna realize he's
Yep.
he's in the fake shit. He's
Exactly.
gonna wait a minute, hold on.
See, but that's when it's going to be like that Matrix where everything was perfect, but the
Yeah.
humans rejected the code. Like, this isn't acceptable. That's when he'll snap out of it and wake up.
And then be sitting in
And
a
he'll be-
wheelchair drooling.
No,
like,
no,
what
he's
the fuck?
going to be in one of those like those jelly
the pods.
He's going to be in the jelly pod like in Matrix. He's going to be like, oh, what the fuck?
Man, my goddamn kids done fucking hooked me up to this bullshit. God damn it.
They done Neuralinked me into this fucking jelly pod.
At least my shoulder thing works.
Right. Yeah, that's when he'll know because he's throwing the ball and his
Yeah.
shoulders are fine. And he's like, man, I feel great, man. I've been down here doing all this, man. Ain't got busted at the damn fishing hole ever. Wait a minute.
And that's what. Nah, go ahead, and plug me back
This
in.
ain't right.
Go ahead, and plug me back in. I had that moment. No, he's gonna get mad because it's gonna be like when he did in what was that, Red Dead 2, when he was fishing.
When he pulled the fish
and
out,
the fish wasn't the
and
fucking-
he had to carry it out. He had to pick it up with his hips, and then like it weighed 4 pounds.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, man, I had to pick that fish up with both legs and
This is
on
some
my
bullshit.
arms.
This ain't no real fucking fish.
He
This,
had carried it out like a goddamn fucking golden retriever.
oh man, when you got upset with that shit was hilarious,
Straight
man.
bullshit.
You gonna get upset at a video game?
You can't take that kind of disrespect from a video game.
Disrespect,
This is
man.
not reality.
Blatant disrespect.
You got no respect. He spent all that time reeling that fish in. And it was a monster.
Yeah.
And he gets it in, and it's this little dinky little
That's what I'm
baby
saying.
fish.
That's what I was screaming. I could have theoretically thrown it back and let a real fish eat it.
Right. He could have used his bait.
Like,
It's
if
so
you-
damn small.
If you get in the metaverse and you fishing and pull and you fighting for this motherfucker, and you pull that bitch out, it don't weigh like it should weigh in them fucking fake handles. You gonna get mad, throw all that shit out. This bullshit, man. This metaverse ain't right. This ain't no realistic
Yeah, and
shit.
then if it's a big ass number 2, that's not right. I'm gonna get mad that way too.
Hold on, what's the number 2?
No, if it's like if
That's what Amber
if I
Heard
weigh
did.
it, if I weigh it and it's like a 500-pound fish, you know what I mean? That bitch is like like big as my phone.
It could go either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna either way if it's a bullshit, I'm not gonna be a part of it.
Nah, you know what's going to be wonderful is when you are fishing for a shark and you pull it in and it turns out to be a baby shark. That's what the issue is.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be like, oh my God, look at this big ass shark. And you're going to pull it out. And it's going to be like, oh God damn it. And this is what's going to be playing in the background. You're going to be you're like, this ain't heaven, man. This ain't heaven. I'm in hell.
You can tell the difference between a real shark and a baby shark.
Man, that's what you think? You going to reel that bitch in? He's just going to be a little baby ass shark.
He's pulled a couple baby ones, and I think I've been with when we was on the dock, and we pulled in like four of them about this. About what's that?
Oh yeah,
a foot long.
Myrtle.
Yeah, the black tip reef ones.
Yeah. That's where they got a lot of them down there.
Because that's when that motherfucker seen that bitch in the water, and he ran down the dock. He's like, and he's just reeling his shit and trying to throw his hook in front of this fucking shark. He sees the bitch.
You saw a big one that was trying to
It wasn't
bait
big.
it.
I mean, it's probably 4 or 5 foot.
Big enough to
it
be
was
a bit
big
of a
enough
fight.
to be a
Yeah,
good joint
big
off
enough, yeah.
of a pier, yeah. But here's the thing: you got other motherfuckers fishing on this pier.
Well, they
So
got to
he's-
reel their shit in. There's real shit going on here. Excuse me, sir. Can you reel that shit in?
and
Do you
this is
not
what
see
he's
what
doing.
the fuck's going on here?
That's what he's doing. He's running down this motherfucker, just reeling next to motherfuckers like shit, yanking it back up while he's reeling. He's walking down the fucking pier, walking over
Telling people to get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
He's not even saying shit. He's just yanking this shit. And he's walking down, reeling it, walking down, casting it. Just keeps on doing this shit. I'm like, man, and these motherfuckers, fishermen. There's a whole different language with fishermen. I've learned this because I'm not a fisherman.
Just as long as I'm not cramping their style, there's not going to be an issue.
They actually help each other out. It's a nice little community with each other, man. 'Cause,
Unless you start cramping someone's style, and then
yeah,
and
when
then
you start
on your own.
fucking shit up, like when he caught the first shark, everybody was like, they all came around, took pictures. Then that dude caught that skink, whatever, and we helped him pull that shit up out the water.
Yeah.
You know, and like these motherfuckers help each other out like a motherfucker. Like when this dude was done fishing, he gave him the leftover shrimp that he had to use the fucking fish with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they always doing that because they don't want to do.
They don't
that.
want to take that stinking shit
Nah,
off.
by the time, besides that shit, with shrimp like that, it's so goddamn hot down there. You know, you can sit in your car for fucking 2 minutes and it's cooked by now anyway. You can't
Yeah.
do nothing with it.
Yeah.
You might as well give it to the birds or any other motherfucker sitting beside you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said,
Oh yeah.
we're going to have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friends Show to a close. We would like to thank you so much for listening.
Yes, we do.
I'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes.
Like, share, subscribe.
If you're listening on something where you can give us a 5-star review, we'd appreciate it. If
Please
you're
do.
watching on Rumble or YouTube, we'd appreciate a thumbs up.
That too.
A little share, a little like, all that kind of jazz, a little follow action, whatever. You know, they say call people to action. That's about as good as I can do.
There we go.
I haven't had Junior in a song in a while.
We haven't, but we went pretty long this time, and I really want to come up with some sort of something to play over the video at the end to play songs
Gotcha,
too. You know what I mean?
gotcha.
We'll get back to G-Unit songs soon, but we're skipping for this episode at this point. So yeah, don't forget, we love you.
Yes, we do.
Be nice to people that look like you, and be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
That's right. Protect your mental health, your wealth, as well as
Protect your
energy. And don't forget, we love you. We believe
love
in you.
y'all.
You can do it.
Yes, you
Even
can.
if nobody else believes in you, we believe in you.
That is true.
So we love you very much, and peace be with you.
Gone.